Commissioner Wilson. Motion carried.
Thank you. Next item, please.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
Thank you. Can we move to item number 1, please?
Moving to item 1 under new business, forwarding a quarterly report on stipend contributions and disbursements for the period ending September 30, 2025.
So this is a receive and file item about the county's employment retirement system. It is the stipend contributions for the end of the year. Are there any questions, commissioners? Seeing none, if I could get a motion on this receive and file, please. From Commissioner Wilson and second from Commissioner Kleen. All those in favor, please vote on your tablets or just vote on your tablets.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Okay, item number 2, please.
Item 2, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a 4-year contract with 3 one-year options to renew with Procurement Consulting Group to amend the scope of services to support activities and efforts in the preparation to launch the Enterprise Resource Planning System and its launch, and add 1 year to the license for the Procure to Pay platform.
Okay, this is a consulting service contract. Any questions on this contract? Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
Thank you. Just one question. The relocation from Michigan to Florida, is that the only reason for the dissolution of AC Procurement Advisors?
There's somebody here on this item, please. Please press the button and then introduce yourself.
Good morning, Rob Whittigan, Interim Procurement Director.
Oh, you can just leave it pressed and
PCG.
Can you please introduce yourself again?
Nicole Martin, Procurement Consulting Group.
Okay, who would like to answer this
And
question?
what was the question? I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
So I recognize that there was a relocation from Michigan to Florida for one of the subcontractors for AC Procurement Advisors. Is the relocation the only reason that there was a dissolution of the company?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair.
Good. Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much. If we could please get a motion for this item. Thank you, Commissioner Wilson, and a second. Thank you, Commissioner Kleen. Please vote on your tablets.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Moving on to item 3, please, Madam Clerk.
Item 3, requesting commission approval of a 36-month professional services contract with 2 one-year options or 1 2-year option to renew with Giffords Webster Engineers to survey monument and remonument protracted public land survey corners and any associated property controlling corners in Wayne County.
Hello, welcome. If you please introduce yourself and tell us what
Good morning, committee. I'm Harry Kalodrakis, Chief Deputy Register of Deeds. Here to talk about this. We've been before the commission before about remonumentation, but I will take them, and I know there's a couple of new members on your committee, so if you just talk about that. By law, we need to remonument, and what that means is there are concrete monuments throughout the county, throughout the state, really. We're just concerned about Wayne County, that show where plat lines are. They are used by surveyors to measure and plot boundary lines for like fences or properties. By statute since 1993, there's been a program to remonument, that is to relocate each of these, make sure they're still accessible, make sure they're still in good shape. We have been part of that since that started. Every year, the LARA issues grants to counties to pay for this. Those grants amounts vary each year based on the number of recordings that happen throughout the state. There's a formula that they use. They put together a pot of money and they decide how it's going to be expended. Every clerk, every register, in the state, as part of the filing fees for registers at the Register of Deeds, collects $4, which is used to fund the remonumentation fund. That's what funds this every year. So obviously that amount fluctuates each year based on the number of recordings throughout the state. This year, we have a proposal for year one of this contract for $283,000. That's based on the amount of money that we received or awarded for a grant, which was awarded earlier this year. Giffords Webster, who's the vendor on this contract, has been doing our monumentation almost since day one. They were the only bidders when we put out an RFP on this contract. We were been very satisfied with their work. And just so you know, we are moved into what's called a maintenance phase. We have found enough of and recertified enough of the monuments throughout the county that we are now in what's called a maintenance. We get a little bit reduced amount of money, but the idea is, okay, we know where they are, we know they're good. We just have to go out and make sure they're still there. So that's where we're at. Just a little background for everybody.
And is there one place that you are focusing on more than another in the county right now?
Oh, geez. That part I didn't print out.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, but we do work with Giffords and, you know, they do have a plan and they move through the county. And I want to say it's more downriver, but don't quote me on that, please.
Okay, you can get back with us on that. And then I have another question for you from Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
Yes.
I do. Hey, thanks, Harry.
You're welcome.
So 2023 was the last time we did this. And so I saw that there were about 154 expected over the next per year, over the next 36 months. So do we have a backlog or is it because of the maintenance that you said that we're not really backlogged since
No.
we haven't done it in 2 years?
There is no backlog.
Okay.
We're just, we haven't done anything because we had no contract. We had to get this contract. So need this contract so we can move on and go up, but there's no backlog.
Okay. And this goes through December of this year. So the 36 months will begin January of 26?
We'll get a new, actually, we're in the process right now. The state should be calculating the amount for the grants. They should be awarding that to us. Generally in December, we submit our application for the upcoming year. We don't know what that is. And as part of that application, we will be working with Giffords Webster's again, saying, okay, here's what we have. What's your plan? And that's part of our application each year.
Okay. Last question, Madam Chair. So I know there's been this history of relationship with this company, so that's good to see that you're still pleased with their work. The subcontractors, is there a history with the subcontractors that are going to be working with this company?
Yes, I don't know how far back that history goes. I do know that they were part of the previous contract. with
Okay.
them.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Good. If I could get any other questions, sorry. Commissioner Wilson?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a quick inquiry for purposes of my, I guess, edification. Remonumentation. Could you exemplify what that means in layman's terms? I know I read through the notes. I still don't understand what the heck it means.
All right.
Thank you.
Throughout the state, there are concrete, usually concrete, sometimes metal. They call them monuments, but they're markers placed in the ground that surveyors use when they go in and measure out, say, you know, to try to find boundaries that you might have on a plat. You know, for instance, you might call somebody to your home saying, hey, I want to put on a fence. I want to know where my boundary line is. Or maybe you have a dispute with your neighbor about where the boundary line is. You're trying to figure out where it is. The surveyors use these monuments to then measure out and figure out where these lines are.
That's
That's
similar
what the
to an
monument
easement?
is.
That's
what the-
easement?
I'm sorry, what?
Is that similar to an easement or akin to an easement, like an easement zone?
Yeah,
easement
it would
lines?
play into an easement too. For instance, you know, here's, you know, these 10 feet, you know, are an easement. And again, it's based on, there's meets and bounds measures that say, from this point, we're going to go over here 10 feet and we're going to go up, you know, turn left, go north, go south, whatever the direction might be. And they lay it out. But how do they figure out where that's from? They got to have a starting point, and that's what these monuments are out there. Now, remonumentation is, there's supposed to be a monument there. Let's make sure it's there. Let's make sure it's accessible. Maybe there's some growth on it. It's not unusual to find that a monument is because it was near the water. originally. Now it's underwater
Okay.
because, shorelines change. So they need to mat that, put something new in, explain why it is, where it is in relation to the original one. Or just to say, through some construction over the years, something's been destroyed and it's out there. There is a monument not too far from here over at Campus Martius. There's a display in front of the Park Restaurant. It's a circular glass thing. That is actually the point of origin. That's a monument that was laid out to measure out like Woodward Avenue. You can see this little thing out there, but that's where, after the fire back in the 1800s, Detroit was Judge Woodward laid out the plan for Detroit. That's the spot where everything is measured from. That's the point of origin. That is a monument. That was uncovered when they redid Campus Martius.
Okay. Well, thank you for your compelling and interesting answer.
I know
Appreciate
too
it.
much about this area.
I could tell you could talk for about 2 days on this, but thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you, Chair Clemente.
Problem. Well, we learned something new. Maybe some of us learned something new today. So thank you, Harry. If I
welcome.
could get a motion on this item, please. Thank you, Commissioner Wilson, and a second, from Commissioner Clean. If you would please vote on your tablets.
Great.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, committee.
Okay, and we are going to move to our next item.
Item 4, requesting commission approval of a settlement in the matter of Babcock v. County of Wayne. Corporation Counsel advises that it has reviewed the litigation and is of the opinion that a discussion of trial or settlement strategy in an open meeting will have a detrimental effect on the county's litigation or settlement position. Therefore, a closed client counsel session is requested.
Okay, at this time, we need.
Move to go
Thank
into
you.
closed
We-
session, Madam Chair.
Thank you. We have a motion from Commissioner Clean and second from Commissioner Wilson to go into closed session. So at this time, we need to. I couldn't turn off my mic. We need a roll call vote, please, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Peterson Mayberry. Yes. Commissioner Wilson. Commissioner Kenizik. Commissioner Colleen. Chair Clemente.
Yes.
Motion carried. We are now moving into closed session.
Thank you.
All right, good morning, everybody. Jim Jernigan, Executive Corporation Counsel. This is, as was described, a settlement claim that's been, that was filed about 3 years ago. That was filed against the city of Detroit, Wayne, Michigan, alleged defects of that violation, allegedly of American Civil Act. This has taken a fairly circuitous route to the federal courts. And, magistrate judge Patty held multiple facilitations between the various parties, the plaintiffs, and ultimately decided that a settlement in this amount, say, the potential of having a trial and attorney fees as well as potential liability, not dismiss all claims. Claims really did dismiss the vast majority of the claims originally.
There were how many people?
Plaintiffs?
Yes.
There were 4 original plaintiffs, I believe. This is past the judgment. So states have been choose that. So, yeah.
Okay. Anyone else?
ADA violation. They alleged there were violations, related to access.
No, stop for a minute. Okay, if I could please get a motion for number 4, please. Thank you, Commissioner Wilson, as a motion, second by Commissioner Peterson. Mayberry, if everyone could please vote on their tablets.
Motion carried.
Next item, please.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
Done. And next item,
G, public comments.
do we have any emails or anyone on Zoom?
No emails are received and no one on Zoom indicating that they would like to speak.
Okay, is there anyone in the chamber that would like to speak? Public comment, you have 2 minutes. Okay, seeing no one, we're going to close public comment. And if I could get a motion for adjournment. Thank you. All those in favor? We're adjourned.